Hey there, I am Veronica. I'm so excited to tell you this story. I am going to give you an example of using determination while manifesting a particular result. I had some success using this technique and I'd like to share it with you because I know it can help you. Now this can help in manifesting a specific person quickly, manifesting money you need to pay off a debt, or maybe you just want more money to go on a dream vacation. You want it fast, this will help. Also, you went out on a job interview. You want to ensure you get the job. This will help. Before we do that, if you would like to do some one-on-one coaching with me or learn more about me, veronicaisles.com. Also, you can get my new self-study course, Attract Constant Communication and Being Made a Priority by a Specific Person, at veronicaisles.teachable.com. So let's talk about my manifesting story, about how I used determination in manifesting and what that means to save a baby chipmunk. Yes, a baby chipmunk that popped up in the middle of my yard one day. I was out with Rocky for a walk. Suddenly we saw a little tiny baby chipmunk on his back, all helpless, in the middle of the yard, all by himself. The first thing I did was I looked around to see if there were any more, if there was a mom. The little guy looked hurt. It looked like he couldn't get up. Well, you know how much I love animals. So the first thing I did was, I hid Rocky from him. And I ran back in the house and I found a shoebox. And I scooped him up. I was very careful not to actually touch him. I scooped him up in the shoebox, gave him a little blanket, and I knew I had to help him. So I knew of an animal sanctuary that takes in wild animals, which I've brought animals before to in the past. Now, being that we're amidst quarantines, the coronavirus, I wasn't actually sure they'd be open. And also there's the added complication that they're actually not in the same county that I live in. They're actually in a different county. I only know about them because I used to live in that county, and I used to bring them hurt birds, different animals, so I knew they existed, and there is no animal sanctuary in the county that I live in. But I was like, hey, this has to work. I don't care if it's the coronavirus time. They're going to be open. It's going to happen. They're going to take this baby chipmunk. They're going to help him. So my logical mind said, well, why don't you call first? And then my heart said, if I call, they're just going to tell me no. They're going to turn me away, and then I'm going to not be able to help this baby chipmunk. So I tossed logic aside, and I said, I'm just going to drive there. Somehow it's going to work out. So that was my determination. So I tossed logic out the window, and I would advise whenever you're trying to manifest something really important and quick and fast, don't listen to logic, listen to your heart of determination. My heart of determination said just go there. Somehow, some way, it will work out. So I had the determination, somehow, some way, it will just work out. And those were the words that I kept repeating in my mind. So I get in the car and I put this little guy in the passenger seat to make sure he's all safe. And I tell him, you know what, it's going to be okay. So I drive there and I try to stay as calm as possible. Now, you know how much of an animal lover I am. So of course, part of me was really worried, but I was like, somehow, some way, it's just going to work out. It's going to be okay. So during my drive there, because it's kind of a long drive, and I wanted to follow all the rules of the road, it's kind of a long drive, and I tried to release resistance, and this is really important. And so I came up with alternative ways that things could work out to kind of calm myself, find comfort, find ease. I said to myself, well, one way that it could work out is, if I get there and they turn me away, maybe, I can go to my regular vet. And even though they don't treat wild animals, maybe they'll have some sort of information or some way to help him, or someone will know something about baby chipmunks. I said, well, if they're closed, maybe there's some signs with alternate people that can help, or alternate locations, or alternate something. I said, maybe I'll just bump into somebody that will somehow help me. So I'm sort of like mulling over these things in my mind. Somehow, some way, it's just gonna work out. So I get there, gate is open. Score number one. I get in there, I park in the spot that's for animal rescuers only. I told the little guy, I said, that's us. I get to the door, and they are in fact closed. They closed an hour ago. They're on special time due to coronavirus, limited hours. So I tried to call the number that is left, and no one picks up the phone. Somehow, some way, it's all going to work out. I figure I'm in. I'm just gonna walk around and see if I could find anybody. So I saw another building that I don't think I was authorized to go to, but I just start walking around. Somehow, some way, it's all gonna work out. I just start walking around. I see a door. I think to myself, should I knock? Should I bother them? Are they the doctors that help the wild animals? There's a gate. I'm just kind of wandering. Suddenly, a park ranger saw me. And I wanted her to make sure that I was friendly. So I hung up the box. I was like, look, I have a baby chipmunk. She's got a walkie-talkie. So I walk a little bit closer, but I kept my distance, social distancing. I say, I have a baby chipmunk that needs help. I saw their clothes. Is there any way anyone's here that can take him? She makes a few calls on her walkie-talkie. And I find out, well, first of all, I wasn't supposed to be in there. I guess it was their mistake. Someone forgot to lock the gate. And she's like, well, you're really not supposed to be in here, but it looks like it was our fault. Someone didn't close the gate. So because it was our fault, we're going to take the chipmunk. I got so happy. So she made a phone call and went back to the other door where they take the baby animals, and another nice lady came out. I had to keep my social distance. I had to pass her the baby chipmunk in the box, without actually touching her. But they took them. And I tried to make a donation. I wanted to give her like $60 or something like that as a donation, but she wouldn't take it because it was cash. So I promised that I would make a donation online. And I think it's so amazing that someone forgot to lock the gate. And due to that, they helped me anyway. Somehow, some way, it's all going to work out. Don't logically put it together. I never would have put that together. I never would have put that together in a million years. You know what the funniest thing is when I was filling out the paperwork, I wasn't about to lie, and I even was honest, and I said where I lived, and I said, I know, I'm out of county, but I didn't know where else to go, and I used to live in this town, and that's how I know about you, and we just talked about it like that, and she was like, yeah, your county really should have an animal sanctuary, but doesn't. She still took the chipmunk. She didn't turn me away. Now again, this worked out because I just tossed logic out the window. I didn't try to figure it out. I comforted myself. I was super, super, super determined. Now I was in a very urgent situation where a lot of high emotions were involved. There was a baby chipmunk that I had to help under all circumstances. And I just tried to keep my calm, my cool, my determination that somehow someone was going to be there. Somehow it was going to work out. Somehow this was going to work out in my favor. Not once did I lament, thinking that I was going to go home in tears or this was going to be a sob story. I didn't do that. I didn't know exactly how it was going to come together. I didn't actually know if they were going to be open or if anyone would actually take the baby chipmunk, but I just kept believing that somehow, some way, it's just going to work out. And I just kept with that mantra. I kept following the leads. I kept doing whatever was available to me in the moment. I remained in the moment. And I just kept with determination that somehow this was going to lead me to the next thing and that it was just going to inevitably work out. Now, I would strongly suggest to take this attitude in your manifesting. In whatever it is that you are seeking that is highly emotionally charged, especially if you are on a time crunch and you need this ASAP, stay determined, live in the moment. Figure that somehow, some way, this moment is going to lead to this moment, and someone's going to be there that's going to lead to this and get you this and have the love of your life appear here at this and the words you want to hear and the money you need, and everything is just going to go in your favor. And just settle upon that and remain determined, remain in the moment. I wasn't projecting myself in the future like sad, disappointed. I was just remaining in the moment, determined. And that's why determination in terms of manifesting can be your best friend. I was so happy for the little baby chipmunk. I called him Theodore. And I hope he was okay. He was kind of standing and walking around. He liked the blanket I gave him. So good thoughts for him that he can grow up to be an adult chipmunk and be happy, whatever chipmunks do. Again, I made it happen. I made it happen. And I'm going to list the sanctuary in the description below if anyone else wants to make a nice donation. They are a wonderful organization that helped this baby chipmunk and lots of other animals. All right, so I am Veronica. If you'd like to learn more about me, veronicailes.com. I can coach you one-on-one. And I also have a self-study course, veronicailes.teachable.com. Have an amazing day.